Hello and welcome to another episode of Game Hammer Extras, and this is the show where we're currently going through my entire PlayStation 2 collection in alphabetical order so you can see what's in the PAL set. It's not a complete set, I'm only at 77% completion, so we are missing a few and we'll catch up on those at a later date, but today we're looking at all the ones that I have that start with E. Let's get straight into it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with EA Sports Fight Night 2004. It's a boxing game. It's actually a pretty good boxing game, and it was good enough to get not one, but two sequels. So we got Fight Night Round 2 and Fight Night Round 3, which is a nice nice little joke about how the rounds are done in boxing and all that. So it can confuse. 2004 is the first one, and then 2 and 3 come after that. It's almost as if they originally planned for it to be a yearly thing and have just the numbers the same way that FIFA does. But no, only got 3 in the end. So let's put these aside and get on with the rest. What else have we got? Well, as it turns out, we actually forgot one. Eagle Eye Golf. It's a golf game. Standard golf game. It's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Is it better than Tiger Woods? Probably not, but it's pretty good either way. So yeah, if you get your hands on that and you like golf, you're probably alright. Straight after that, we have an interesting one. Echo the Dolphin, Defender of the Future. Now this has a Sony thing on it, a Sony Computer Entertainment logo, but I recall this being on the Dreamcast as well. So that's a bit confusing, but here we are, Echo the Dolphin. It is an Echo sequel. I believe it's the third one. Don't quote me on that though. So we've got a decent enough game. It's actually fully 3D, looks beautiful. It's a really good fun game. Doesn't feel an awful lot like the original though, so it's a bit of an oddity in that respect. But yeah, Echo, not bad. Then we have Ed, Edd and Eddy, The Misadventures, which is a terrible, terrible title, but a decent enough children's game. It's what you would expect. It's a 3D action platformer, collect 'em up. It's not bad. So collect objects in high places with the trample Ed. Yeah, that's the level we're at. Use the batter Ed to break through obstacles. You see what's going on here? It's standard kids fare. Actually, it's not that bad to play. Then we have this one that I only got recently. I think it was middle of last year, maybe. Nickelodeon El Tigre, The Adventures of Manny Rivera. No idea. I think this, well, it must be Nickelodeon. It's based on a cartoon. Not one I'm familiar with, though. And again, 3D action platformer, collecting stuff up, but you get to play multiple characters. It's actually not that bad. I enjoyed it. A lot of these kids games are like that, so here's one that, oh dear, it's not a kids game, it's not a really good game, it's not actually a game at all. It's Club World, EJ Club World. It's a music creator. One of several music creators on the PlayStation 2. Like I've said before, the PlayStation 2 has something for everyone, and that means that there'll be an awful lot of stuff that you just aren't interested in, but everyone else will go, oh, that's quite good. So this is one of those for me. I'm not interested in music creators, but I seem to have a load of them. Then we have something that I am interested in. Now, you might notice that that is a sticker, explosive. It's a sticker on the bottom. That's because this came out by 2 different publishers, and some have the sticker on, some don't. I've actually had both in my collection at some point. I think I gave away the other one to a friend because I am not one of those that goes for label variants. I just want the games. I want a complete set of the games. I'm not interested in multiple versions with different labels on them. Just one of those things. So, Endgame. This, you might think, looks a bit like a Tomb Raider style action-adventure game, but it's not. This is an excellent time crisis game. I kid you not, this is basically a different version of Time Crisis. It uses the G-Con. You have to have the G-Con because it presses one of those buttons on the bottom and you duck behind cover and things like that. So this was amazing when I first got it. I've played this game so many times, thoroughly enjoy it. One of my favourite light gun games ever made. I am not kidding. Really good game. But of course you do need a CRT to play it. Then we have Energy Air Force, which has new release on it, and I'm assuming that that was put on by a shop, but I've left it on because I don't know. 505 Games. It's a combat flight simulator. Great fun. Great fun. I kid you not. Excellent arcade-style combat flight simulator. So good, in fact, that there is a sequel, Energy Air Force Aim Strike, which is an awful lot more of the same. Great fun. Loved both of them. Thoroughly recommend you give them a try. Okay, this one is weird. The Energy Thieves includes 2 playable demos of Spyro and which one is it? Spyro: A Hero's Tale and Crash Twinsanity. This is based on a children's TV show, I believe. I'm pretty sure it is anyway. So we've got a malicious robot is stripping planet Celestia of its 4 vital resources: water, wood, minerals, and lava stone. It's down to you to stop the mysterious villain and his gang. Embark on a heart-beating mission. What? Heart-beating? Shouldn't that be like pulse-pounding or something? I've never heard it called a heart-beating mission before. Take part in breathtaking races and face off against devious robots to bring peace to the planet. It's a sequel to a game that's on the PlayStation 1, and it's a known character that's reasonably popular, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of the guy. Let me just quickly check. Yes, it does come with the demo disc, by the way. So let me just quickly check what this guy is called, if I can remember. Ah, Adiboo. That was it, Adiboo. So this guy here is Adiboo, and he is either from a TV show, which I think he might have been, or he's from PlayStation 1 games. I know there are PlayStation 1 games. He's relatively popular. I'd never heard of him until I played that game. Football game, England International Football 2004 edition. If I've ever seen a different one, I'd be amazed, because I'm pretty sure this is the only one. The official England football team game. Yeah, it's Codemasters. Pretty sure it actually uses the same engine or a similar engine to their club football games. So there you are. Enter the Matrix. Everyone knows about Enter the Matrix. It's not finished. It's an unfinished game that was close to being finished, so it's actually not that bad. It's decent fun. I enjoyed playing it. It gets a bit weird near the end, but yeah, if you're into the Matrix, it's fun to play because it gives you extra information. If you're into 3D action-adventure games, it's fun to play. A little bit buggy in places, but fun to play. Not bad, especially when you can pick it up for about 50 pence at the moment. Enthusia Professional Racing. It's a Konami racing game. Pretty damn good, actually. Enjoyed it. A lot of the racing games on the PlayStation are much of a muchness, but yeah, I enjoyed this one. So there you are, not bad. EOE, Eve of Extinction. This is the one that I keep mistaking for that light gun game from earlier. I'm not kidding either. I really do keep mistaking them because they're, for some reason, they're stuck in my head as a similar thing. It's an odd one. It really is. So let's have a look at the back. The fusion of a human soul with a rare metal has unleashed a devastating weapon, the Legacy. Yep, that makes no sense. How do you fuse a human soul with some metal? That doesn't make sense. That really doesn't make sense to me, but okay. Capable of destroying the world, this weapon has brought mankind to the eve of extinction. Yeah, it's a 3D brawler where basically you're playing a Jedi. Yeah. Complete with lightsaber. Totally not ripping off Star Wars. Honest. Didn't rip it off. No. Yeah. Then we have Ephemeral Fantasia, which is a very hard to get Japanese RPG, hence why it's in this protective packet so that I don't scuff it. It's alright. If you're into Japanese RPGs, you'll enjoy it. If you're not, you probably won't. I still can't work out why that woman's shoulders seem to have Pokeballs on them, but okay, it's not bad. If you're into JRPGs, you'll probably enjoy it. Eragon, not as bad as the film. Standard film tie-in, 3D action-adventure, brawler type of game. It's not bad. It's definitely better than the film and certainly better than the book. Escape from Monkey Island. Yeah, this was a surprise for me. I did not expect to see Escape from Monkey Island on the PlayStation 2. it's actually a very good rendition of it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to play. And yeah, if you're into Monkey Island, give it a try. It's the 4th Monkey Island game. It's pretty good fun. Really enjoyed it. Then we have ESPN International Track and Field, which is a sports game with lots of sports events. If you're into your sports games, you'll enjoy it. If you're not, you won't. It's that kind of game. It's very Marmite in that respect. Sticking with the sports, though, we have now ESPN National Hockey Night. It's not as good as NHL 2002, which is my personal favourite hockey game, but it's pretty damn good. I mean, hockey in all forms. It doesn't matter which console it's on, doesn't matter which game it is. If they've programmed the rules of hockey all right, I'm going to enjoy it. So I enjoyed this. Not my best, but not the worst. ESPN continues with ESPN NBA 2K5. Pretty good basketball game. The 2K series is really good fun. And yeah, I enjoyed this one. Decent basketball game, good graphics, good animation, good controls. Very, very happy to play that one. So yeah. Then we have an interesting series, which is really difficult to get hold of because this did not sell very well at all. And I am not kidding you. It took me years to find these. NBA Tonight and NBA Tonight 2002. These are so early in the PS2's run that people weren't really picking up sports games like this. They were sticking with the ones they knew because it was the next iteration of what they already knew. So these didn't go that far, but of course they must have sold well enough to get a sequel. They're pretty good basketball games. I'm a fan of basketball, very much happy to play these. They're not as good as NBA Jam, but then again, nothing is, but they are pretty decent games. If you can get hold of them, give it a try. If you can't, don't worry. Then we have ESPN Basketball, because ESPN 2K is what this is. ESPN 2K4, it's just what the 2K series was called at this point. We all know that the 2K series is excellent. This is no exception. Very, very good basketball game, this one. The ESPN 2K series continues, ESPN NFL 2K5. I'll do a review of the NFL series for 2K at some point. I've already done the Madden ones, they were good fun. This is decent as well. In fact, 2K5 is so good that a lot of Madden had an issue and started to lose sales to them. So yeah, definitely worth having a look at that one. But that's not all, because of course they also did ESPN NHL 2K5. Again, hockey, fantastic, doesn't matter who's doing it. Excellent game, this one. Definitely well worth picking up if you can find a copy. But if you can't, don't worry, get the NHL 2002 from EA Sports, that's good as well. In fact, it's my favourite. So, what else have we got? Well, we're continuing X Games Skateboarding. Continuing with the sports things here. So, might as well bring in Winter X Games Snowboarding at the same time. These are not Tony Hawk's. They look a bit like they're gonna be, but they're not. And it's trying to be Tony Hawk, and the snowboarding's trying to be SSX, but they don't quite hit the mark. They're pretty good, but they're very limited. And Tony Hawk is definitely the way to go if you want this kind of game. But if you can get your hands on these, they're not as easy to get hold of, but they're not exactly rare. Then give it a try. They are good fun for half an hour. I'd still prefer Tony Hawk though. But that's not it, because we also have Eternal Quest from Midas. Now, the thing about this is that Midas is either really, really bad when they're making cheap crap to churn out, or really, really good when they manage to get their hands on an imported Japanese classic. This is an imported Japanese game. It's a JRPG. You can tell from all of this that it's lots of flashy lights and dialogue. Actually, it's decent fun. It's not the best JRPG on the system, because of course it's not. That's Final Fantasy X. But there you go. Eternal Ring from Crave and Ubisoft. Now, I know Crave from something else, and I can't for the life of me remember what I was going to say about them. So here we are, Eternal Ring, another JRPG style game, but this is a bit more Western. It's like a Western take on the JRPG. It's actually pretty good fun. A lot of good stuff here. I love this. Who said fantasies had to be final? Yeah, don't go picking a fight with the big boys, guys. It's not quite as good as that. Speaking of things that aren't quite as good as they should be, European Tennis Pro. You can tell by the cover that this is a Phoenix Games thing that looks like it would be more at home on the Amiga, and you'd be right. It's a decent enough tennis game. It's not the best tennis game on the system. It's not the worst tennis game on the system either, because I'm pretty sure we will be covering that at some point. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called right now, but it's by, I think it's 505, and it's a weird RPG. I kid you not, there's a tennis RPG. Then we have Everblue. Now, I adore scuba diving. I fell in love with it when I was scuba diving off the coast of Spain when my dad took us all on holiday one time, and he wanted to try it, so we all went. And oh my goodness, I had the time of my life. It was so much good fun. This is a decent enough scuba game. It's got an interesting plot. You scuba dive around. It's a little bit more limited than Internal Ocean on the Wii, which is the best ever scuba diving game in my opinion, but this is still a lot of fun. So yeah, Everblue, if you can find a copy, get it. Then we have another one from Crave and Ubisoft, Evergrace. Now this, I always look at and think, that guy's head is too small for his body, because of course he has this massive scarf which makes it look like his shoulders are enormous. So it's not the best angle that they could have had him at because it looks weird, but it does draw your attention. It's another Western style JRPG, and yeah, it's pretty good actually. I was surprised by how quickly I got into it, so definitely want to give it a try. Here's one you'll want to avoid though. Everquest Online Adventures. Includes free 30-day subscription. Yay! So, why do you want to avoid this? Is it because it's bad? No. Apparently it was a decent enough game. The reason you'll want to avoid it is because you can't play it. It requires an internet connection, so if you don't have a network adapter on your PlayStation 2, it won't even go past that. And when you have got one, like on a PS2 Slim here, well, you can't log in because the servers aren't there. Then we have Everybody's Golf and Everybody's Tennis. These are Sony games basically to compete with the Wii. They've got that kind of fun for all the family look to them, haven't they? With their version of Mii's, which are very, very cute. They're actually pretty good games. I thoroughly enjoyed playing both of them. They're not as good as Wii Tennis and Wii Bowling on the Wii Sports thing, just because the motion controls worked so well on those, but these are very good versions for the PlayStation 2. What else have we got? Well, no collection of E on PlayStation would be complete without the Evil Dead: A Fishful of Broomsticks and Evil Dead Regeneration. These are amazing. It's so funny. They're great. They take the ideas of the original film and just run with them to make it hilarious. I had so much fun. Great action adventure. Shoot everything and kill everything and stab everything and chainsaw everything. Just attack all of the Deadites. Have a great laugh doing it. I really, really enjoy these games. They are quite expensive to get these days, so be careful or hunt them down in a charity shop or something like I did. That's the best way to get them. Then we have Evil Twin, Cyprian's Chronicles. And if you think the cover looks a bit weird, well, it is. It's a weird, and I do mean weird, action-adventure game where it's just like they're trying their best to be creepy, and it kind of works. I had a lot of fun with it. What's that other one? There was a game that I hunted down a lot for quite a while because it was so odd. And it was like a darker version of Tomb Raider crossed with Devil May Cry. This isn't quite that, but it's getting there, and I had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, Evil Twin, Cyprian's Chronicles, definitely one to get. Then we have Evolution GT, which is a budget racing game. It's not bad. Extermination, one of those with a weird cover that's like, it's like a hologram shiny type of thing. It makes it filming it really difficult though. It has no conscience, it takes no prisoners, it knows no mercy, and it's out there somewhere. Yeah. I can't remember whether this is an FPS or a third-person action game, but it's pretty good. I remember it being fun. So yeah, but it's also very, very early in the PS2's run because it's from 2001, and yeah, not bad. Phoenix Games strikes again with Extreme Sprint 3010. Now you may be thinking, this looks like some kind of future sports game. And you'd be right. But it's not the future sports game you think it is. Okay, you run toward the screen, which is already a bad thing. It's like those Crash Bandicoot levels where you have to avoid obstacles that are coming from behind and from in front, and you have to have really quick reflexes. And that's the game. Run toward the screen, avoid the obstacles. It doesn't sound much, does it? But actually, it's a lot of fun. I had a strange amount of fun with this game. It's worth it. If you can find it for like 50p, definitely pick it up. I'd say go as far as maybe £3 or £4 for it in 2020 money, because it's actually decent enough. But it won't keep you coming back forever, but it will keep you entertained for like half an hour. Right, now we're getting into it, the real bulk of the E's. iToy, Anti-Gravity. Decent enough iToy game. It's once you've played a few iToy games, you kind of know what's coming. So, then we have the ones that don't really fit the same mold. iToy Chat and iToy Chat Lite. It's Skype for the PlayStation. And I'm pretty sure they don't work anymore, so yeah, don't get tricked into paying too much for them unless you're going for a complete set. iToy Groove, a weird iToy dancing game. iToy Kinetic, which is, yeah, it's kind of an exercise thing. iToy Kinetic Combat. And then we get into the fun ones. iToy Monkey Mania. That was a lot of fun, but standard iToy style game. iToy Play. iToy Play 2. iToy Play 3. Standard iToy style. Just wave your hands at things so that it works. Usual style of iToy game. iToy Play Astro Zoo. Similar thing but for kids. iToy Play Pom Pom Party, which should come with pom-poms. You need a pink one and a green one. It will work without them as long as you're holding something that's pink and something that's green that is big enough for you to shake around for the camera to detect it. So if you haven't got the pom-poms, and I don't because unfortunately they tend to go missing, then it is still technically possible to play it. And last but not least, iToy Play Sports, which is another set of sports games like we were talking about earlier on, but with the iToy, so you have to wave around. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They're all decent enough games. They're all enjoyable, especially at parties when everyone's drunk. But I wouldn't go out of my way to get them all. And that, unfortunately, is not the entire set, because iToy Hero is so hard to get. And I'm not kidding. I've been looking for years for a proper copy of iToy Hero with the extra bits that go with it, because you need them to make it work, and I just can't get them. But that is it for E. So, there we are. Back to the studio. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and if you did, remember to click that like button, share this with your friends so they'll know some good games and some mediocre games as well, as and when they see them, and do subscribe for future videos because there will be more in the future. We're still only part way through the set, for example. We're only up to E, we've got 20 more to go at least. So until next time, I've been Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching Game Hammer Extra with the PlayStation 2 Collection Tour. I'll see you later. If you liked today's video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. And an extra special thanks goes out to Chief89 and Tepic. Thank you.